Hey y'all, and welcome back to FloTrack's The Meetup. I'm your host, Demitra Carter, and joining me today I have Nia Gibson and Olu. Welcome back, episode 31, another Tuesday.
We're getting up there.
We had a lot of things happen this past week and a lot of cross-country talk. Olu, Nia, where are y'all's heads at?
Nuttycombe and prenats.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, what else can you say? I mean, I think that those are the only two words we got to say right now.
I think there's a name that comes to mind in these two words, and I think we might be able to bring him onto our show today.
Yes.
I'm so excited to welcome on a very special guest, ranked number 1 in the FloTrack rankings, might I add.
Yeah.
NCAA champion, Nuttycombe champion, and just broke a little record down there this past weekend. Welcome to the Meetup, Habtom.
Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Nice to meet you all and good to see you. And thank you for having me today.
I love it. Now, before we got on here, we were talking about like what you're doing right now. It's a recovery day for you right after a win. So, Coach, what does a recovery day look like for him today?
Yeah, we switch things around a little bit. Monday, typically easy running. We don't typically meet up on Mondays. And then today we moved from the track to the down by the trail today on the river, and we did a little fartlek, easy to moderate pace, just kind of turning the legs back over, getting used to running a little quicker again. But yeah, fairly easy fartlek on the dirt path this morning.
Habtom, Brian and Habtom, I want to talk to you guys real quick. Finally, Habtom, you opened up your season and you negative split yourself into a course record at Nuttycombe. What was the plan going into that race?
Yeah. Since I just said already that thing, it's my season opener's first time like to back in a race after NCAA outdoor national. So I was kind of excited, and I was just trying to do something different and just to see myself where I am. So most of the people, they already run 1 or 2 race, and I knew that, and I just kind of like, okay, let me do something different. If I go for win, it's good, but the most important thing was just like to just to prepare for nationals, and that's the diff course. But I just want to see. I know that the Nuttycombe, the Madison cross country, I know that course like really good. I've been racing 4 times, so I know really good. So I just trying to do something and just see myself. So that's why I just go to the front and run a little bit the first 2K at the front. And yeah, the guys following me, I just get maybe staying with them, and I did the big move at the end as well. So it's kind of just showing myself where I am, and that's how I did, and it's worked. So I'm happy.
Yeah, I think that it's really impressive how you just described it. You said it very casually how you just went to the front, but it does speak a lot to your experience to be able to know how to put yourself in that position early on and also kind of rely on your experience of having run the course before. So, was there any point in time where while you were running, it's like, I feel like a record's in my legs today, or did that just kind of surprise you because it was your first meet out?
Yeah, kind of surprised me. Yeah, kind of surprised me. But I see even myself in training, I've been training really good with the team. I see every day how I am improving since from the teams practice start together. So everyone is like really improving, and I see where I'm not really in a bad shape, but I just want to see with some top NCAA guys, and yeah. So it isn't, yeah, surprised a little bit, but I'm not really surprised as well. I know my training, but sometimes training and racing is kind of a little bit different. You just come with, some big plan, but it's not really working your plan. When you go to the race, your body's not feeling good, or like kind of like well, cross country is always challenging. So I was even expected like it's been cold the same as we know like Wisconsin, but yeah, it's opposite. It's super hot, and like everyone was like, yeah, just it's really hot, and that's the kind of that surprised me as well. So, and I love racing in a kind of that weather too. So yes, really, it's working for me, and this was really good race.
That's good. That's good. I think the results speak for themselves too.
I'd love to talk about, like, you talked about your experience with Nuttycombe. Let me just backpedal a little bit. Last year, cross country nationals, you were runner up. Is there is there a big takeaway from that race and just what's been happening during indoor and outdoor season, just to help you out with this cross country season and hopefully leave with the title this year?
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, even like before this race, I just said, yeah, I know it's my season opener, but I said, okay, I just last year the national championship, I just finished like because my was one shoe runner up. So what I'm not gonna like excuse this is my season opener or something, you know. Just I try to motivate myself. I can be ready at any time, no matter what happen, you know. So I would just say, okay, this past 2 years on my freshman year, the first time I just finished third, I think so that's third on Nuttycombe. First time it was super cold, my first like college meet, and yeah, and last year the pre-nuts was I finished first, and this yeah national championship second with one shoe. So I'm just kind of like this all experience this past 2 years at UNM. I just get a lot of experience indoor, outdoor, like everything. It's a lot of races at the NCAA. So I'm just trying to just motivate myself. I can do anything. It's my season opener, but I can do it. Since it's kind of a hard course and with some top guys, but it's not really surprising at all. And just motivate myself. Okay, I can do this one, but I want to do something different as I do as usual. So it's kind of a little bit different, but was good race, and I love it. We just won as a team, individual. So that's the biggest goal of the weekend. So we got our goal. So I'm so happy and I'm glad. Yeah, I didn't. It's going well.
You're our favorite to win, so we
Yeah.
know it's going well.
Yeah. And with that mentality, I can't be surprised. I love hearing that. Athlete to athlete, I love hearing when another athlete is like, I went in there expecting to do this, and maybe it wasn't what I thought it was going to be, but I always give my best, regardless of what the meet is. So big ups to you for, having that championship mentality. And I'm glad you're able to say it here on camera, so young athletes who are looking up to you can see that, approaching things with the intention to win is how you end up winning.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I don't want to put pressure on myself much to win the championship, but as you said, maybe I'm favorite because of these past 2 years. I finished runner up. Maybe I'm favorite, but I don't want to put pressure on myself. I would just focus on that day. That day gonna be a different day, different race. And I've never been to that course, but I've seen like some videos on that course. So it's gonna be like a fast course, and yeah, I don't know what will happen, but yeah, I'll try my best to win the NCAA. Like everything is going well. Hopefully, it's gonna be go well for that race. But as a team, we just need the team title as well. That's really important to me. Just UNM, I think I feel we deserve this past 3 years. We just working with my friends, with the team, with the coach, with the staff, with everyone. So like yeah, if I can win like the NCAS, that would be pretty good for me, like individually. But yeah, the most important thing is just for me, like I feel we need to win as a team, and that's how I want to win. I want that thing like more than individual too. Like I'm not gonna be like kind of not really focus on myself, but at the same time, I just really need to win the national championship. UNM deserve this time. I feel like yeah, our coaching, our program, the UNM cross country track and field really like I feel like we need to win for them, for the people who just is supporting us every time in Albuquerque, coach, everyone, So yeah, if I can win individually, it's better. If not, that's fine too, But yeah, I don't want to put myself just put in pressure. Just must win national championship. I know, as you guys said, I'm favorite, but it's okay. Just yeah, that's gonna be a different today, and we can see. But the team thing is very important to us when we're gonna try to win as a team. That's really
Coach, I have
important.
to ask, what is it like to sit? I'm sure you've heard this before because you train him all the time. But what is it like to sit by an athlete like this that has individual goals but has team goals above all else?
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, yeah, one of a kind athlete. I mean, we talk all the time. He's obviously very talented on the track and on the cross country course, but it's another thing, you know, when you're first person to practice, last person to practice on a Sunday, you know, foam rolling, extra core, all that stuff after, you know, doing one of the longest long runs on the team. So I think having a great leader like that sets the tone and sets the bar for what it takes to be successful is so big for our other guys to say, okay, you know, here's a 2650 guy doing this stuff. I need to be doing at least the stuff that this guy is doing. So it's been awesome. He's really been elevating our whole entire program. And yeah, he's been a great example of what a leader is, what a champion is. So he's been awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, I'm so happy that you're able to make some time for us after breaking a course record this past week. It's been a pleasure, and I can't wait to see you on your next course. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys, for
It's a
having
pleasure.
us. And gonna see you guys next time too.
Yeah. Thank you.
Take it easy.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
Thanks.
thank you.
I love
That was
it.
good. That was good.
Yeah, no, yeah.
It makes it even easier to root for him now. He was already the favorite, and it's not even, he said like, probably after Nuttycombe, he can see that he was a favorite since preseason.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
So
it's like there's this level of, I kind of alluded to it, but it's like the level of having, you know, that the eye of the tiger, so to speak, like really having that I guess wolf energy, for lack of better terms, to like really go out there and win. That was corny, but you get the point. But like at the same time, still having the humility to step in, like, yeah, but bigger picture here, this is a team thing, especially cross country. You know, cross country is even more team leaning than outdoor and indoor track. So big ups to Habtom, because that's a really like that's a coach's dream to have someone who can be that talented but still support the team.
a great balance.
Yeah.
Great balance.
Absolutely. We're going to continue our cross-country deep dive because, like we said, all the things happened. Yeah, we got Habtom on here. We don't got the next guest I'm about to name. She's not coming on, but we do have to mention her. So let me get your expectation a little bit lower. But Jane Hedigrin, my goodness, baby, she had her big debut. She didn't just debut; she dominated. A freshman, 18:42 for the win, 25 seconds off the course record. Yeah, she's doing her big one at BYU, and she's with like the women there that she's training with. Like even when she was going in as a high school, I was like, oh, like you picked a good school, and who cares what I think, but like I just knew like underneath Coach Taylor and with all the women around her, like something special is going to happen. I think for her to debut how she did, I love it. Yeah.
I mean, talk about dominance. Talk about, she was somebody else where when we talk about the rankings, she was in the top 10 from before she even had her collegiate debut. That just goes to show the type of high school athlete she was. It's not many times we're talking about someone who's a freshman who's going to we're going to predict them to dominate on the scene. That's what makes her so different. So for her to enter an already dominant BYU squad, it's wow. I feel like her and Riley Chamberlain are going to be like the two-headed monster coming out of there, and they have so much talent, so much growth, so much potential, and also so much youth, where it's like, yes, they're dominant, but where can their dominance go? How far can they go? How crazy can they get? And they're under, obviously, great leadership with Coach Taylor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, take a step back. Let's look. This is October. So let's go back 7 months to March. If we even go back to the track, Jane Hedigrin has a habit of breaking records wherever she steps on the competition line. So I can't be too surprised. This is crazy,
Right.
but I can't be too surprised that she smashed the record when she stepped in her debut, because if you watched it, I forgot what the name of the film was, but it came out in the past few weeks. Nike dropped a film on YouTube featuring Jane, and it's only like 4 or 5 minutes long. But what you notice very early on is that from a young age, when she was in middle school, it was always Jane versus the stopwatch. It was not really ever Jane versus anybody in her left lane or the right. It was Jane versus the stopwatch.
Nobody there.
And so
It can only be against her in the watch.
but you feel
Yeah.
me? So like obviously coming in with that mentality where she's always focused on performance, I mean, you just elevate the level of performance, and her performance is going to elevate along with it. So no surprises for me.
Yeah, I think it's nice to see though too, because even the way that she ran it though, like she was in the lead pack the entire time, broke away 1 kilometer, and I think especially in her first one, what are we going to see done differently? Like, is she going to break away sooner now? Like, is there this like sense of confidence that she's going to have now? Because we all can attest, high school to college is a jump, and like she was a dog in high school, so we're not surprised she's doing it in college. But I'm like, for her to go out and win on her debut, and we know she's a dog, like all these things, like what's going to, like, are we going to see bigger gaps now? Like, I'm just very curious to see how things change because lead pack as a freshman,
Hey,
Yeah.
like, and it worked in her favor. Like, she did what her coach told her to do, I'm assuming.
yeah.
And it worked out. Yeah.
No, I definitely want to expand on what you're saying, the way that she ran that race. Again, collegiate debut. It takes a lot of guts and a lot of I know exactly who I am to run in that fashion, in that type of field, because she wasn't the lead pack. And then she broke away. And then we know she broke the record by 25 seconds, but she also won by 23. And you have to really be very much so knowing of yourself, your abilities and your talents, and the lights just are not too bright. And again, to be repping the BYU Lady Cougars in that fashion on this stage in that manner, oh my gosh.
Dangerous.
The rest of the cross country season, indoor and outdoor, is going to be crazy.
It's gonna be dirty. It's gonna be crazy. I'm again. I don't know. I feel like I watched you. I was fortunate to be able to see her greatness up front early on. It's just athletes who know that they're great can be great at any level. You know, high school, college, there may be that adjustment period, but generational talents don't care about adjustment periods apparently. So hey, big ups to Jane.
I love it. Now, a couple week episodes ago, I think it was 2 episodes ago, we talked about the Brooks Fleet Feet, all the things happening, and golden tickets being given out. So I'm just here to tell y'all the names who got golden tickets. This is my list: Marcelo Monticon, Jackson Spencer, Kiara Daly, and Lily Alder. If y'all haven't seen the photos or the videos, they're all on FloTrack. They're all on Milespool for sure, but some of them are collab back with FloTrack. They're very nice. They're like heartfelt. It gets you in your feels. Yeah, it's nice to see like teammates getting excited for their teammates getting a golden ticket to be able to go compete later.
Yeah.
That's like, you guys ever watch Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
Yes. You know what? I think if y'all want to do some research, back in the day at FloTrack, there's somebody named Ryan Fenton dressed up as, is he a
Willy Wonka?
Oh, he was dressed up as an Oompa Loompa.
Oompa Loompa?
Yo, why you gotta do
Somebody else
Ryan
was-
like that?
Hey, he could take it down. He has the access. So, but yeah, back in the day, there's a golden ticket, and depending on how I'm feeling, I might drop a picture in here for the giggles.
Drop
And if
the
you're
picture.
listening,
Drop the picture.
you can just go to YouTube and look for the picture. But
It's all love, Ryan. It's all
yeah,
love.
all love Ryan. Hey, we did some crazy things back in the day. Now, I want to go into what's hot. A lot of things happened this past weekend. This is one of my favorite segments, diving into all the hottest things with track and field athletes. Kicking us off, this is special to Olu, y'all. I mean, I'm an F1 girly, but this is home for Olu. Tara Davis-Woodhall and Hunter Woodhall came back to Austin. I mean, they're familiar with Austin. They're former stumping grounds, and we're handing out Texas-style belt buckles to the top 3. Yeah, Olu, tell me about it.
All right. So what the context behind what Demitra just said is that I'm an F1 nerd. I've been watching F1 since 2012, I believe. So before it became Drive to Survive, back when the old logo was still there, the old crusty, y'all don't know what I'm talking about, go do your research. So
People come in here never.
I've been watching F1 for a long time. And so anytime I see, when I first started watching Formula One, it was like I was living in Washington, D.C. at the time. So anytime I saw someone with an F1 shirt or hat or anything like that, it was someone from Europe. There were no Americans that I knew. Literally one American I knew who watched Formula One.
And it was you? I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Exactly. So fast forward to now where people are wearing Mercedes shirts, Ferrari shirts. People know who Lewis Hamilton is. It's so cool to be able to see that crossover because one, F1 is one of the biggest sports globally, period. Now, when you see a track and field athlete in that environment, which this has happened before in Italy, Marcel Jacobs actually waved the checkered flag a few years ago, which is really cool. But when you see a a field athlete at the Formula One race handing out the trophies and the prizes for the sprint race, which is the race before the Grand Prix, it's so cool to see that crossover because, again, this is one of the biggest global brands in the world, period. Full stop. And you have one of the greatest long jump athletes to ever do it in that space, sharing that same space with those athletes. I don't know if Max Verstappen or Carlos Sainz or who got second. I forgot. Maybe it was Charles Leclerc. I might be butchering the results, but I don't remember who. I don't know if those drivers knew the level of talent who was handling them their prizes as much as they were in that space. So it's really cool to see Hunter Woodhall and Tara Davis-Woodhall sharing the space with these global superstars.
Yeah. I follow them on Instagram and TikTok, all the things. And I saw that they were here. I thought they were like just attending. Yeah. And then y'all sent me the post. I said, oh, they were working. Yeah. Like, my bad.
Yeah,
the TikToks were
they were cute.
The one that I like the most is when you're seeing Hunter. Tara's just sitting there like supporting, nodding. Yeah, it was super cute. But Hunter was just really talking about how nice this was, especially as a disabled athlete, to just represent in this space and on this stage. And I almost shed a little tear. I'm like, oh, I always do this.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was really nice.
I mean, thugs cry too, right?
Yeah, emotional gangster.
Who said that on Love Island?
Amaya Papaya.
There we go. Emotional gangsters. All right. Mm-hmm. Now this next one. I'm picking two people's favorite. We got F1, we got NBA today. I don't know what I'm bringing out besides track and field, but this next one. So, Nia, I'll let you intro the video. Yeah, tell us what we're about to watch on Twitter.
Yeah. So, it's a clip from a documentary, and Kevin Durant is just basically talking about why he responds to trolls. And oftentimes, you're going to see a lot of people. I think sometimes sports fandom can be a little much with the criticism, especially from fans who have not done the sport, especially at that level. But he is one of the few athletes that directly responds, engages, has conversations, and trolls back. So this is a clip of why exactly he did it.
People coming here never picked up a basketball, never ran full speed in their life, never got their heart rate up before, and they tell you how to approach the game. You can't guard me. You can't even make your high school team. Like, you talking like you nice at ball. Like, down, that's when I'm starting to violate you. Shut your ass up.
And I picked that clip because Rai Benjamin actually quote tweeted it, pointing.
And we
laughing,
have the
laughing,
photo
laughing.
of it too. Yeah.
Yeah. Clearly he can relate because he also responds directly when somebody trolls him. And I found this funny, interesting, and I think people should do it a little more, because I think when it comes to the trolls and when people start to be disrespectful or whatever the case may be, I think you can understand that you're entitled to do whatever you want and say whatever you want, but you're also entitled to any consequences that come with it. And sometimes I don't think people are realizing that they see this, and sometimes they just choose not to answer. But when they do, now what? Yeah. So I found that to be really funny, and I think I want to encourage people to just do it more.
I love to see it, especially from KD, because, I mean, let's be real. He's from the DMV, and in the D.C., Maryland, Virginia area, you have to learn how to joan. And joning means you know how to roast each other. You got to have a thick skin. And it's almost like a language in and of itself. So seeing KD go back at people, that's regular. But to see Rai Benjamin bring that same energy, I love to see it, especially within the context of track and field, because people don't talk enough in track.
The sport needs it.
We show up, we line up, we kind of quietly go about our things. And I think, to your point, Nia, people need to understand that Twitter thumbs have consequences. You may be able to say whatever you want to say behind the screen, but you have to live with the repercussions of your actions. And I think as we go more digital and more social media and in the era that we're in, people need to understand that your words have action, your words have consequences. You're going to use those thumbs, but you might see someone's hands in real life. So, I mean, say what it is. I think going back to what Rai making those points, Rai does engage, and I love to see it. I personally am not violent, but I will clap back if necessary. And I love to see that, track athletes aren't afraid to speak their minds anymore. I mean, you're going to say something, you got to be able to receive it too.
Yeah, I feel like I will say this. I feel like field athletes, they be popping off.
Oh, it's different down on the field.
Like Trip, don't come Trip the wrong way. He will say something to you. Yep. Tara Davis-Woodhall, baby. And I'm here for it. Like, you stand up for yourself, stand up for the people you love, stand up for the sports you love. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
I want every single person to do it. Someone calls you corny, someone calls you whack, someone says whatever. There's a part in that film where Katie said these are people that's probably never ran at their top speed.
Never got their heart rate up.
Barely made varsity in high school.
Never got their heart rate up.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't think we always need to drive out darkness with light. We can make it real dark in here. I think sometimes it's necessary. I don't know. That's my hot take, but you guys know I do love a little bit of trouble.
Yeah. And I will support you from right here. Girl.
I think it's warranted sometimes. I think it's good for the sport. It makes me laugh. I'll give you a follow.
Yeah.
I think I think everyone in the track and field space take this off season to really think about how you're gonna
Wait,
yeah,
you
like
say, you know what? Let me give y'all some tips and tricks for your off season.
Come with it.
Listen,
Get y'all funny up.
about it. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. You see something. I don't think it's time to take the high road all the time. Sometimes the low road will get you to that destination too.
Hey.
Maybe quicker.
You know what?
So I think I'm gonna encourage in the off season. Let's
Get your clapback game up,
Yeah.
track and field. You know,
Y'all are hilarious.
to your point, in the field, we've been doing this for
No,
decades.
y'all, it ain't. I love watching it.
I'm from the prehistoric era before we had live streaming. So back in my day in
Okay, talk
2008,
dinosaur. What's up?
like it's crazy because like I would talk trash to people who talk to me. I would always talk first. I kind of be in my own lane. But as we talked about before off camera, like I have a crazy switch in me. And there's certain times where people would say some things to me and I would go off. But in the field, you're sharing space with your competitors for like an hour and a half. Whereas on the track, you may run 9 seconds next to them. You have a couple minutes before the block start, whatever the case might be. But like in the field, you gotta be talking. And I feel like it's finally time we start seeing it. Just like they have mic'd up in the NFL, they need to mic up these field event athletes.
Oh,
This would be hilarious.
at the start line too.
Oh man.
Or mic up a heckler and then mic up one of these people. Yeah.
Ooh.
They are asking for problems.
Yo.
You said, let's put it in the sport. On this same topic,
My
kind of the
God,
same
Lord.
topic, girl. Speaking of things being put into our sport, me and Olu had a little sit down with the Enhanced Games co-founder and CEO. In that same body of questions. And I'm so excited to kind of play this clip. We're going to put the full video out Wednesday. So not today. Get a little snippet today, full video out on Wednesday on YouTube. And I mean, Olu, the conversation, it was a good conversation. And I think a lot of us entered into it with questions, and me and Olu got a chance to ask a few of those questions. But yeah, Olu, I'll let you talk before we play it.
Yeah, if you guys have heard about the Enhanced Games and just like any other thing that hits the media cycle where you hear about something and you get the bullet points list of it and you have a preformed opinion, I'm not saying my opinion. I will withhold my opinion whether I support or do not support the Enhanced Games. But what I will say is having this conversation with Max really opened my eyes to what they're doing, why they're doing it, and more importantly, how they're doing it. I highly suggest you watch the full episode when it comes out on Wednesday, especially if you have some preconceived notions in your head, because you might be proven differently.
All right, let's go ahead and watch. In that same body of questions, this got put on our radar when you signed Fred Curley. So I'm curious, all the things. So was there a recruitment? What did that process look like? And how was he kind of put on your radar? And how did you know he was a fit for the Enhancement Games?
Fred is actually part of something that is the Enhanced Performance Team. The Enhanced Performance Team, just to spend 2 seconds on it, is basically think about it like if an athlete is signing for the Knicks, we take care of everything for those athletes. Now, being enhanced with pharmaceutical enhancements is just one part of being enhanced. What we see enhancements like is really a completely holistic spectrum covering, coaching, nutrition, PTs, mental support through therapists, etc., if needed. So we really created an environment within that team where athletes have anything at their fingertips that they need to not think of anything else other than their performance. And so that was also important for us when we signed Fred. We signed Fred as well for a multi-year deal. So he's going to stay with us beyond just the first games and really like explained in a lot of detail how everything works for him. And then we considered, is it the right thing for him to do? Is this something that he wants to, at this point in life, commit to for the long term as well? And he found it really exciting. Fred found it really exciting to be a part of something that really has the potential to change the way that we think about, science as a part of sports. If you look at also how we are developing as a society, longevity has become so much more important. If you think about how many people, in the business world, for example, are enhanced, you have top executives around the world that are very openly speaking about their enhancements and the benefits that it has for them. This is something that we're now opening up for athletes as well. And you both know as well how taxing professional sports, especially on the Olympic level, can be on the body. And so just thinking about what can we do to preserve the body at this level of performance for a longer period of time and make sure that once an athlete goes into retirement, their body is better fit to deal with the, decades to come after retirement. It's just something that Fred has, gotten really excited about being part of that and building it together with us.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's a snippet. There's a lot in that conversation. And honestly, I wanted to keep talking to him for another 30, 40 minutes. There's so much nuance there. And what he didn't talk about in that clip that I think is also really important for whoever does not do their research, but still likes to hold their opinions. You don't have to be enhanced to compete in the enhanced games, but everybody who competes in the enhanced games will be financially compensated. I'm going to just put that down there. You do not have to be enhanced, which means you do not have to take pharmaceutical enhancements, drugs, whatever the case might be, but you can still be part of it. I think it's very interesting that how they're doing this, it's not what you might think once you just heard it on a tweet or what you might have heard someone say down the street.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch this because I'll be honest with you, before I guess even seeing that snippet, my first thing was, how does this work? Because I do think sports is one of the few things in this world that has integrity left. It's really as straightforward as you either win the game, you lose the game, you win the race, you lose the race. So how does that mesh? But the fact that he kind of redefined the word enhanced in terms of sports, and again, this is just from that clip. I didn't see the whole thing. I will watch the whole thing.
Thanks, Nia.
You're welcome. You have a viewer out of me. I think maybe I'll get crucified for saying this. Track and field could take some notes. They could take some notes and maybe enhance it, maybe not with performance enhancement drugs, but enhance it in a sense where they are compensated, they are treated well. Because imagine how well these athletes can do if they are enhanced, if they're not worrying about having to go train at a world-class level and then clock in immediately after to make ends meet. Maybe if they did enhance it in that sense, I don't know how that may look like. There might be some different narratives going on in the sport. So
yeah.
I'm interested.
Yeah, I think I'm going to give y'all everything we talked about, but I think my biggest takeaway from that interview, or I think that stood out to me the most were two things. And I think the first one is the fact that if you choose to compete naturally or choose to compete enhanced, it's public.
Okay.
Like, it's not like I wonder, like, you'll know, we will all know. And he also said that they're going to announce 2 natural track and field athletes in like the coming weeks and coming days. So
Aside from Fred?
It's not me. Guys. Not me.
Aside from Fred. So yeah, I mean, he didn't give us much on it, but he said they're announcing, but they're competing naturally. So I think that in itself is fascinating to me, and I'm curious to see who it's going to be. Yeah. And then on top of that, you'll hear his whole sales pitch in the full interview, but he just basically goes back on like a journey of history and how like now we have like spikes that enhance things. We have the Mondo track that enhance things. And I think it was to Olu's question of, will world records have like an asterisk to it if it's an enhanced thing? And he just goes back to this whole thing of like, we've been getting these small enhancements here and there, and they just want to see it from this perspective. And on top of that, they get, I believe, 5 years of like basically medical checkups, health and insurance and stuff to like take care of you. And I know me and Olu talked offline about it. We were like, I think Olu said, hopefully we see it 10, 15 years, but 5 years is a good start.
Yeah, 5 years is a great start, but I mean, so many different points. And again, I think the points I'm going to talk about right now, just so we don't give away all the sauce, is this. Like, one, again, yes, track and field needs enhancements, even if they don't come in the form of performance-enhancing drugs. I personally wouldn't put those in my body, but that's just me. That's not to say that I think track and field should continue as it is. Some of the things, even if you take the performance-enhancing drugs out of it, he talked about creating a holistic system for athletes. I'm sorry, but where does track and field have that right now? I'm speaking this as an Olympic triple jumper who went broke for this, had to pay for my own ticket to get to the Olympic Games. If I had mental health resources set up, if I had financial health situations set up, I'd have been in a completely different place as an athlete. Luckily, I had things to lean on outside of sport to know that when I left the sport, I'd be just fine as I am now. And I'm blessed to be able to say that, but that's not the norm. So to have an organization where, as I said, if you hear what they're doing on the surface and just write it off as drugs, you're missing a bigger picture here. Again, I'm not saying whether I support it or not, but they're doing something different that needs to be paid attention to. They're creating systems for athletes to create livelihoods for themselves where our federations are not doing it for us. That's food for thought.
Yeah. Well, I'll let y'all go watch it, form your own opinions. We'll probably sit down with him again right before their very first games. But thank y'all for watching episode 31. It's been so much fun, and we will see y'all next time. We bring on a very special guest that's running the New York Marathon, so stay tuned. Bye, y'all.
Peace.